Here at Ellingham and Ringwood Rugby Football Club, the crowds are out in all shapes and dress sizes to watch and take part in their annual touch rugby competition. As you might have guessed, this isn't your average tournament. People of any age, ability and gender can take part, testing their mettle in a seven-a-side touch rugby knockout competition in front of friends and family and anyone else looking for a fun day out without a fashion sense, obviously.
It's fantastic. We've got 30 teams turned up today, and we filled up all our places within the first few weeks of actually advertising it, and they're all come down in fancy dress, all getting really involved in the competition, and they're all enjoying it. We're playing the rules of you kick off to the start, the attacking team aren't allowed to advance unless somebody's caught the ball, and then you start to play. If you get touched, you put the ball down through your legs, and then the dummy half can pass the ball out. If the dummy half gets touched, then it's a turnover to the other team. You have to be back 5 metres if you touch the player, and then back 10 metres for a penalty. And we're playing five-a-side for this tournament, and we've got a squad of 10 players, so that everybody can come down and get involved in rolling subs. If players feel up to it, they can play the whole game. If not, they can sub themselves off.
Forward, you're off, you're off!
There's several really good factors about the event. We get people playing here who are obviously really good rugby players, but we get people playing rugby for the first time and people trying it out. We've got people today who are coming to the club for the first time, which is absolutely fantastic. When you see people with really fantastic skill levels, dressed up as Superman, it really makes part of the day.
Well, the touch rugby, anyone can play it. And I mean anyone, it doesn't matter whether they're this big, and so on. Everyone joins in, and if you have a look round, it's a family event. Everyone comes, everyone joins in, and it's just great.
While the children enjoy some outside entertainment, the adults can relax and sample some real ale in the sunshine. The day isn't all about the on-field activities. In fact, when it started out, the emphasis wasn't on rugby at all.
Good Friday Beer Festival originally started with an old fixture against City of London Freeman's, their old boys, and it seems that, as you can see, our Touch Rugby Festival has overtaken the fixture, and consequently that, blended with the Beer Festival, it's widely accepted and really strongly supported.
By both the crowds and their brass, the boys seem rather less interested in the hog roast and day's activities than in dressing up.
I think people like to show off some of their dressmaking talents the night before, and I think the boys seem to be always coming off better than the girls on that front. So yeah, you always get a good collection of fancy dress costumes, and since we moved to this facility from our old rugby club, makes it in the town very accessible for all ages. And consequently, we're getting a lot more interest from our sponsors who want to be here on the day.
I think it's a fantastic way of recruiting players, people who've been out of the game for a while. They can come back, get involved in a little bit of touch, and then think, yeah, I quite fancy getting back involved in a rugby club. There's a fair few women players as well who's got involved, so it could be a good chance of developing a women's side or just a touch rugby side who can go around the country and play in touch rugby festivals.
Being a girl and being quite small and never playing rugby before, it's something that I can get involved in, whereas normally, a normal rugby match wouldn't go anywhere near. But it's great because it's just a bit of a run around, and it's it feels completely different to rugby, so yeah, it's good.
The girls don't just play though. Touch rugby's fast-paced, and with stakes this high, someone needs to keep the score.
As long as you control it and you're confident in your decisions you make, and you've got lots of support, certainly today I've had lots of support on the sidelines and people helping me out and things, so yeah, it's been really good. And for girls it's definitely quite daunting to come into the game and have to tackle. It's not really a natural thing for girls to do, so I think it's a fun and it is challenging. It's fun and challenging way to get people into the game.
So 30 teams whittled down to just 2. It's the Untouchables against Touchy Feely, and here's the highly original equivalent to the coin toss.
Right, gentlemen, on 3, scissors, paper, rock, on my count.
Gentlemen.
Sorry, lady. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. No kick to us, please, sir.
So Touchy Feely winning the toss, and it's the Untouchables in the dresses who kick us off, which means that Touchy Feely get the early possession. Remember, no tackling in this game. It's non-contact. And it's most effective when it's played quickly with swift handling. Infringement there. Still no score. First chance for the Untouchables in their dresses. In possession. Brings a whole new meaning to support in the cups. No quarter asked or given so far. Very cagey in the opening exchange. That's a lovely floral print, that dress there, isn't it? And he's on the ball a lot, this gentleman. Chance here for a score. Oh, he saw a gap and went for it. 1-0 to the Untouchables.
I guess as a referee, it just enables us to have a little bit of fun. You know, this is sort of grassroots rugby, so you know, if we can bring a bit more fun back into the game, then you know we're not doing anything wrong. So it's a great thing.
Well, the crowd's still enjoying themselves, as you can see. That's the neighbouring beer festival. We're going back for the main action, the second half, with the Untouchables ahead against Touchy-Feely. And they're back in possession now. He's doing well to run in that get-up. That pencil skirt. I tell you what, lucrative sponsorship deals at Harvey Nichols beckon for these guys, don't they? Really are moving the ball very well indeed. Short skirt's always an advantage. And that's another try in the corner. Well, it's becoming very one-sided. Touchy-Feely just can't live with this. And here come the Untouchables again. Oh, superb dart through the middle. Wonderful score, brilliant individual effort. And the Untouchables are in a class of their own here. Absolutely superb.
3-2, guys. Final score 3-2. Thank you, guys.
So, the winners of the cup, the name is right, they are the Untouchables. So, we got the Untouchables. Congratulations, boys. Charlie, all right.
The boys have put a lot of hours of training in, every night for the past 5 months. We've been training, the girls. A lot of fitness gone into it as well, and to be honest, I think it's really paid off.
Tongue firmly in cheek as the competition winds down for the day, though the festival seems to be still going strong.
Definitely the biggest event of the year by far, yes, yeah, definitely. This is one of the events where we have all the local businesses involved, all the local townspeople and stuff. It's not just a club event, it's like a whole town event, so it's good.
This is a community rugby event, and we're trying to be a community club. Our objective is not to be the best rugby club in Hampshire, but to be, the most enjoyable rugby club in Hampshire, and we feel that this is part of that.
Well, the mixture of sun, fancy dress, touch rugby, and the festival, together with the come one, come all approach to the event, means the Ellingham and Ringwood's Rugby Football Club seems sure to maintain this day's popularity for many years to come.